Hello, welcome everyone back to IOR. Today we will be racing at Las Vegas GP. Hello Baraka there in the commentary box, all good here. A bit excited for today's race. Vegas is always a pretty crazy track. Unfortunately the attendance isn't the best, I guess it's the lowest on the season, but we'll go with it. Still can get a really fun race with these 11 drivers we got in the grid today. Quali already started some minutes ago. We got less than 10 minutes. We got a wet start of qualifying. Now it's getting dry very quickly. I guess it's already full dry. Joseph currently on a lap on the intermediate tires. Maybe there's still a low grip around here. Equisar currently with the fastest time for 40.7 with 9 minutes to go. Though the track will definitely be slicks in very little time if the track's still the best for the wet tires. Now Joseph actually moves up into P1, a 40.4 with the intermediate tires. Like I said, it's probably not gonna last for long. We're gonna go into the slick tires very soon. Following now Wilco, who's coming into the end of the lap, to the end of the long straight. Brackets says Joseph for the win today. Well, it would be nice to see Joseph on the top step of the podium once again. It's been quite a while since Japan, last time Joseph won a race. His two championship rivals, both Equisar and Omar. Omar has 4 wins this season, Equisar has 2 wins. Equisar at the moment leading the championship by 7 points in front of Joseph Vesely. Now Wilco moves up to P3 at 40.8. Currently Equisar leading the standing, 7 points ahead of Joseph, 16 points ahead of Omar. It's gonna be a very exciting championship finish. Got 3 rounds to go and it can go either way. Can have either Equisar, Joseph or Omar as champion this season. We got now drivers on the slick tires. We got Omar still in the pit lane. Joseph and Equisar at the moment leading the table, but let's not forget that times are probably not gonna count. Probably gonna get, like I said before, into the slicks really soon. And we're gonna see the time improve much more, the track will improve much more. And that will make the times to get much quicker. Still 7 to go. And well, many people still staying in the pit lane. We got Jay Vesely, Joseph's brother, on an out lap. We got Onya now about to start a flying lap on the slick tires. Following now Onion into the first couple of corners. He's gonna stay in 4th gear. He's not gonna go full throttle yet. Now he's gonna go full throttle. Baraka says I think Equisar will take the championship. He has been the most consistent over the whole season. I believe it's quite possible. He's been very consistent, yes. Maybe dropped a little bit of points in some races, but I do believe in 3 rounds, though Omar has been the fastest in the last couple of races. I think Equisar with a 16-point advantage can still manage to win the championship for sure. Like I said, can go either way. Let's not discard Joseph as well, that can give the surprise. He's also a really consistent driver and you never know when he may bring out a win out of nowhere. Anyway, this championship, I hope it's decided in Brazil in the final round, or between 3 contenders. It'll be a crazy championship finale between these 3 very good drivers like Omar, like Joseph, like Equisar. Following now on and into the long Vegas straight. I expect to see a lot of overtaking today. Following now on and into the final couple of corners, into the end of the long straight. Actually, it's not deploying battery. I guess probably doing an extra warm-up lap now that I realize. Maybe the track is not in the best conditions yet. Due to the probably low grip due to the rain. Now we're gonna follow Onion onto the lap. Moves up to P5. We're gonna follow now Onion. Omar's out of the session. Has he crashed out? He retired. What happened with Onion? There's a yellow flag. there's a slow car there, but I think it is an owner. It's Williams actually. Omar has retired in the pit lane now that I realize. For some reason doesn't want to do the qualifying. Baraka says yes, three-way all within at least 7 points going into Brazil would be sensational. Would be a crazy finish for sure. I would have hoped less than that amount of points could make it even more fun, because basically who wins the race would win the championship. But yeah, that may be much more harder to think about. So yeah, well, the gap is very close. So with the 3 contenders into the final race, it's gonna be a massive show. It's gonna be a mega event between these 3 if it does happen. Of course, there's still a chance that the championship might be decided next week as well in Mexico. Kinda unlikely, having in mind that how close the standings are, but yeah, imagine a double DNF on Omar and Joseph, and then that would give EcoStar the title most likely. And it's LBA Checos in the commentary box. Hello, Mr. Checos. How are you doing, mate? Missed you last week. I actually missed you both, Baraka and Checos, last week in Abu Dhabi. But it's good to have you back here for a chaotic race like Las Vegas. Buba currently on the lead, 35.2. Omar's not going to be getting pole today. He's already retired, I think voluntarily from the session. I don't know the reason. But he wants to start at the back maybe. Maybe wants to avoid carnage. I don't know. Could well be. I still believe he will have the pace in the race. I'm doing well, Checos. I'm good here. Maybe a little bit disappointed due to the attendance today, but it is what it is. I think we can still have a very fun race. It's really good to have you back in the commentary box. Who do you think is gonna win today's race? Pitbull in the lead. Pitbull in the lead with 2 minutes and a half to go is something you don't see every day. Now stop the count, the red flag the session. The Pitbull somehow in the lead. Well, it may last for like 5 more seconds, but well, he is in the lead for some time, so he may be happy from this. And yeah, Joseph Vesely quickly defeats that time by 1.4 seconds. Joseph now in the lead, but well, it lasted for like 30 seconds, so I guess he will be happy with that one. Checo says, I think Omar is gonna confirm his great racecraft once again, so I guess Checo's betting on Omar to win this race, even though he's gonna start at the back of the grid. By the way, Checos, any chance you wanna join the Bet Championship again at some point, maybe for the World Cup? Coming in, I guess it's June or July, I don't remember, but you wanna join us again? Because currently we are only 4 players, so yeah, if you would like to join for at least a month with us, it would be very nice. No, Checos. I'm saying Bet Championship, not IOR. Bet Championship. The championship where we say who's gonna win the Champions League, the World Cup, and that stuff. Like for the World Cup, Bet Championship edition. Do you wanna join us again? And yeah, the dinosaur has spawned in the commentary box. Says hi Baraka, hi Checos. So hello Mr. Dinosaur, unfortunately you couldn't be racing with us today. You need to win in Mexico, you still owe a win. Wilco now gets provisional P1. Joseph Vesely about to start a lap. Following now Joseph Vesely into first sector, it's gonna be interesting for the battle for the champion. We've got to see what Episode is gonna do, as well as Wilco aiming for a first pole position in his career. Following now Joseph Vesely into the first sector, he's improving 1/10 his previous lap time. It's still quite a bit far from Wilco's time. Motorway on a second place. Gonna go with Ecosars on a lap as well, improving 7 seconds. That would put him in the 33s. Still far from pole position, though he has this final long straight. I wonder where is he gonna put that Racing Bull at the end of the lap. Can he get pole position? It's gonna be a bit far. Bubas unable to improve. He's gonna be starting at least P5. Onion is coming to try and improve the lap. Jordi has not set a lap yet. He's serving a quali ban. Jay Vesely and Maha about to set a lap as well. We're gonna go then with Joseph Vesely, improving only 3/10. Ecosar now moves up to P1. It's pole position or provisional pole for Ecosar. Onion goes up to P3. Where is Joseph gonna put the pass into? Following now Joseph Vesely into the line, and it's gonna be P3 for Joseph Vesely, 1/10 behind Wilco's. Ecosar on pole once again. Since a couple races ago, Maha moves up to P2. Splits positions between him, between Ecosar and Joseph Vesely. This is looking very, very good for the man in the Racing Bulls, looking to extend the championship lead today. This race could be crucial for him if he manages to make everything work on the race. We'll see. It's gonna be a long, long way to the line. So yeah, we may see Ecosar taking the win today, extending the championship lead, or it could go all the other way around. Dinosaur says, what happened to Omar? He basically, I think, retired in the pit lane. I didn't see anything else, but I saw his Red Bull in the pit lane, so I don't know what happened. Maybe feels better starting at the back. And Motorway says, I ran like 10 seconds faster than my time trial. Well, Motorway putting himself up into a P6. Dino says gonna be a fun one. The only thing not fun about this is that you aren't here. But anyway, yeah, I expect a fun race today. I guess Motorway is gonna be starting at the back because, yeah, he has a 5-place grid penalty, so that's already 1 place for Omar. Gonna be starting on P10 of the race. By the way, Dino, our Pitbull managed to be in P1, even if you don't believe it. We saw something that we may never see again. And yeah, it was nice to see that. It lasted like 5 seconds, but I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. 3 rounds to go, 3 championship contenders. Welcome back to IOR. Today we will be racing at Las Vegas Street Circuit. Track that is on F1 since 2023, race won by Max Verstappen then. It's a very long track, 25 laps of racing here, and it's a very chaotic one. Got Ecosar, Joseph Vesely and Omar separated by only 16 points in the standings with 3 rounds to go. Today's race can go very crazy and it can go either way. Might be key for the decider of this championship, even though we still have 2 more rounds after this one. You never know who can win this race. Doesn't matter too much the pace if you hit the wall, of course. So yeah, gotta be very careful here. Got that long DRS straight. You can go 3 wide there and it can get very crazy into turn 14 into the braking. Now let's go with some past clips of Season 9 race, the only race here in IOR history. Will versus Goat into turn 1. Goat will attack the inside, but Will's gonna do the switchback. He's gonna take the place once again around the outside. Now a battle between teammates into turn 5. Talis with pressure tires down the inside. Now Eichel's gonna spin there due to low grip on his hard tire. Now craziness into sector 1. Once again Eichel getting hit. And we're gonna see now into a couple corners later, Will getting overtaken by Thales and then losing the car due to low grip once again, and into the wall he goes. Now the battle for the lead in the final lap between Thales and Cucumber. Thales would go all the way around the outside with the DRS into turn 14, gets the lead. Well, we go into the formation lap now. We got most people on the mediums, we got only Jordi and Motorway on the hards. So I guess it's gonna be a one-stop strategy most likely. I guess those long straights won't degrade the tires that much. Then, Dino, do you think Pitbull has a chance to win today? Can we dream about a Pitbull maiden win? I mean, if he was P1 in the qualifying, why can he not be P1 in the race? Like, he was with 2.5 minutes to go, he was P1 in qualifying. Like, let's say like he's P1 for like 10 seconds in the race. Why those 10 seconds can't be on the final straight in the final lap? Like, he can maybe not lead all other parts of the race, but he can be leading in those last 10 seconds of the race. Why not? Why not believe in something like that? Gonna go with the past winners of this GP, and the only winner of this race actually. The only winner of this race, because there only was one edition, is Thales in Season 9. The only race, well, you saw in the intro video. Yeah, Thales the only race winner around here in Vegas. One of the best drivers this league has ever had, alongside with Cucumber and Baraka. And well, there was only one edition of this race then. Now we're gonna go with the start of this Vegas GP. Lights out and away we go. Who's got the better start? I think Equasar is going to be holding the lead into turn 1. Omar's trying to attack. Oh, and that's a massive dive down the inside from... Omar's already up into P5. Nice start there from Omar. And Buva kind of sent a dive bomb there. I don't know what happened. Equasar in the lead of the race, followed by Maha, followed by Joseph Vesely, followed by Wilco, Omar, Jay Vesely, Motorway, Pitbull. Pitbull down the inside of his teammate. We get Wilco. Oh, Wilco's in the wall. Wilco's in the wall. And we're gonna get quickly the championship fight then. We got Joseph Vesely into third place of the race. We got Equasar in the lead, followed by Maha, followed by Joseph, followed by Omar. It's gonna be a nice fight for the win between these four. I don't know if Maha will have the pace to stay in the fight between the top three, between the three contenders for the championship. But it's going to be definitely, like I said, a very fun one to watch. Maha losing a little bit of ground there against Equasar. Equasar that's going to be pushing the car to try and open that DRS gap against the Ferrari. He doesn't want to get involved in trouble. Equasar's pushing that car hard. He's going to try and extend the lead of the race there. Omar is going to be trying and attack Joseph Vesely. Joseph Vesely can try and use Maha for his defense. And Jay Vesely battling against Pitbull. Pitbull down the inside. Pitbull looking for his maiden victory in the league. Joseph Vesely battling against Omar there. Joseph around the outside. Omar down the inside. This is for the championship. Joseph Vesely will have to defend hard against his rival. Down the inside goes Omar. If these two collide, it's going to be great news for Equasar. There goes Joseph Vesely. Loses the place against Omar. Now Joseph Vesely is going to be getting the DRS. He's going to be trying to attack Omar to retake the position again. Omar is going to be right at the back of Maha very soon as well. These two fighting for that P2 spot on the race. Meanwhile, Equasar starts building the gap in front. Already 1.5 seconds in the lead. ahead of Maha. Maha, that's gonna be battling, like I said before, against Omar. Joseph Vasily losing pace against the two in front of him. I think he probably should have defended much more harder, knowing his championship rival is the one in front that was attacking him. Now Omar gonna be attacking Maha for that P3 of the race. He does have the battery. Maha does have the battery to defend as well. Equosar meanwhile is pushing hard. Omar gonna be now trying to attack Maha for the position. He's gonna be getting the battery. Maha, is he deploying? No, he's not deploying. And meanwhile Joseph Vasily. Now there goes Omar down the inside, gets the overtake done of Maha. He's gonna be up in front of the P2 of the race. Maha will try and hold into the gap with Omar. Omar is gonna be trying to chase now Equosar for that lead of the race. Omar now setting the fastest lap of the race. Still has some battery to deploy. Is in the same conditions as Equosar. And Joseph Vasily suddenly dropping a lot of pace. Maha once again gets back the DRS with Omar. Now Omar is soon going to be attacking Equosar for the lead of the race. He's closing up the gap very, very fast. Well, maybe a fun race between the top two, between Equosar and Omar. Meanwhile, Maha's trying to break the gap with... Omar's trying to break the gap with Maha. Here comes Equosar, is gonna be 1 second in front of Omar. Both deploying as much battery as they can. Maha looking solid for another podium today. Equosar is gonna get a nice exit off the corner. Though Omar is gonna get the DRS, will he? And I think the detection point is a little bit... yeah, there goes the detection point. And now Omar is gonna get the DRS against Equosar. Jay Vasily battling against Onian. Onian recovering positions. Now in the battle for the lead we get Omar versus Equosar. And Equosar is gonna let him go apparently. He's not trying to defend the position. Here comes Omar right at the back of Equosar. And he's gonna try and get the move done down the inside. No need to risk now. Dino says, sorry for later response, my dictator. I hope for P1 Joseph, P2 Pitbull, and P3 Joseph's brother. I mean, Pitbull can win it if the other 10 cars retire for sure. So the hope is not lost. But yeah, Joseph is looking solid at the moment in that P4, though not sure he's gonna be able to win. He seems a little bit off the pace today, unfortunately. But yeah, the race is long, and we know Joseph has a great racecraft. So a lot can happen still. Omar is right at the back of Equosar. And Equosar is managing that lead of the race at the moment. I'm not sure if he's gonna... Not sure if Omar is gonna try and attack now. I think he probably should. He's very close to the back of Equosar and can try and go for that overtake for the lead now. Equosar now in the lead of the race. I think there's not much he can do in this very long straight. He's not even gonna try and defend the position. Omar is sitting at the back of him. He's also not trying to attack yet. Pitbull and Onian battling here per position. Onian getting the move done, is already up into P6 of the race. We have no DNF so far, even being Las Vegas, which is good to see, I'm gonna say. Joseph Vasily seems has made a mistake. He suddenly dropped 3 seconds to Maha. He may have picked any damage, I'm not sure about it. He doesn't, probably just braked a little bit late. Now Omar and Equosar in the fight for the lead of the race. Equosar doing his best to survive there at the front. Well, he can try and finish this race in second place. Equosar, is he trying to defend the position from Omar? I'm not really sure if he's trying to do so. Yeah, but Equosar can try and finish this this Vegas GP in P2 at least, if he thinks Omar is just too fast for him. I feel Equosar still has a very solid pace today. And well, he doesn't need to make any strategic mistake anymore. I think he's probably gonna try and let Omar pass. Omar's not gonna fall for it. Equusar saving a little bit the battery. He knows Omar is coming really strong from behind. He has a nice entry into the corner. I think Omar is gonna have an easy run now against Equusar. Now with the full battery, there's no reason really to wait. Equusar not deploying too much battery, but he's not gonna be able to keep him behind unless Omar doesn't want to overtake, but I think he probably will try and go for the move. There goes Omar into the lead of the race. Omar takes now the lead of the Las Vegas GP. It's costed him a little bit of his battery. Still has much better battery than Equusar does. Now he's gonna try and push a little bit the car into the next lap. Equusar is gonna be pushing a little bit the battery as well. We'll see if he's able to stick to the back of Omar. Omar seems really comfortable driving that car at the moment. Now Equusar is going to be getting the DRS. He's going to be trying to stick to the back of Omar. Both now with similar ERS amount. We come then into the nearly the end of Sector 1. Equusar will be trying and pushing a little bit. He needs to try and stick to the back of his championship rival. Meanwhile, Joseph Vesely has been closing up the gap to Maha again. Here comes Equusar in the middle sector, and he will be getting the DRS once again against Omar. Omar saved a little bit of battery there. Now Equusar may want to have a fight back into the next straight. It's a two-way battle for the win today in Las Vegas. Omar may want to try and extend that gap. Here comes Equusar though, and is going to be getting the DRS really soon. Omar has had to use a little bit of his battery to try and take him away of the DRS. Now Equusar is not really pushing now. He's just trying to get closer into the back of his rival. They're playing the battery game right now. Now he's pushing a little bit the battery. He doesn't want to lose too much ground against his championship rival. And it's already 5 seconds they've built against Maha and against Joseph Vesely. Joseph and Maha that seem to have similar pace. Joseph trying to not lose that much against the man on the Ferrari. Now Equusar will be opening the battery once again. Both with similar energy savings. And I guess both are going for the one-stop strategy. I don't really see the need to do a two-stopper unless the tires are totally dead. Omar having at the moment a nice run. And Equusar is managing to stick into his... a little bit of a slider from the Red Bull. And that's going to make it much easier for Equusar coming into the next straight. It's a fun battle for the win between these two. Yeah, mistake can also end up the chances of any of these two as well. You know, that one little mistake in Las Vegas can be very, very painful. Equusar now has a little bit of a slide as well. Managed to recover though. None of those mistakes of neither from Omar nor from Equusar were about hitting the wall. So, both still in the fight. Now Equusar is going to open the battery. Again, he doesn't have to lose too much ground against Omar. Both in similar battery conditions. It's lap 8 out of 25. The battle continues for the lead between these two. Omar at the moment leading the TRS train. Leading the pack, we could say. Yeah, we've got Pitbull in the pit lane. Six stems separate the top two. 6 seconds separate the top two from Maha, who's very far behind at the moment. Joseph Vesely, 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds behind Maha, and 3 seconds. Oh, Omar's had a little slide now in the same corner. Equusar had won the last lap. This is gonna allow Equusor to have a nice and clean move in front of Omar into the long straight. And that's Equusor back into the lead of the race after a mistake from his rival. Equusor moves back into the lead and is now 3 attempts in front of his championship rival. It's gonna be a close battle till the pit stops, then maybe we're gonna see a different story. Omar's now gonna try and get the overtake done once again. That's cost Equusor some battery though. Dino says, chilling behind with DRS is a smart game at this point from Equusor. And yeah, I agree. It actually goes both sides. Both maybe prefer to just stick to the DRS of the rival at this stage. Equusor is trying to use a little bit of battery. He's gonna try and not thinking about saving now. Dino says, I tell that, and then in 30 seconds he passes him though. Actually, it's because Omar made a little mistake. So yeah, probably Equusor wasn't planning getting the move, but yeah, Omar had that slide off that corner before the long straight. So, which is the reason. Now Omar's been saving a little bit of battery with this. And Omar's gonna be trying and attack Equusor into the next straight. Well, both got a pretty nice exit, though Omar has now the advantage due to the DRS, the extra battery. He's gonna get the overtake done even without getting the DRS enabled. But yeah, Equusor is still in the lead of the race for some reason. Well, Omar didn't really push that car too hard. Maybe trying to force his rival into a mistake, who knows. Either way, it's Omar back into the lead of the race, Equusor in second. Equusor will be getting into the DRS once again, though, into the next lap. And we're gonna... Dino says, will be key who will play the smarter game in lap 25. And yeah, I agree with that. It's gonna be crucial. Well, if nothing weird happens before that lap as well. Never know. Joseph into the pit lane. He's probably gonna try and undercut Maha now. And I guess these two are probably going for a, like said before, a one-stop strategy. I believe other thing would be probably a mistake. A one-stop strategy is the right way to go if they've already managed to make these tires last for 10 laps. There's no real point in going for a two-stopper. Maybe Joseph will, because he spit a little bit early. I still believe he can make it work though. Joseph has fallen right behind his brother. It's 1.6 seconds behind Jay Vesely. Now Equusor nearly loses the DRS against Omar, but he's gonna get it once again into this straight. And he's gonna try and close the gap. Omar tried pushing a little bit there, but yeah, didn't really work. Equusor is getting now the nice run into the long straight. He's not gonna go for the move right now, or will he? No, he's gonna just sit behind. Omar maybe doesn't get the better exit off the corner. But Omar in the lead of the race, giving us a very entertaining battle between these two. Equusor is into the pit lane now. Omar's gonna stay out. Interesting decision from Omar. Equusor in the pit lane. Decides to come in lap 10. Is gonna go for that undercut against the man in the Red Bull. Omar staying out for one more lap. Is gonna go... Well, both are gonna go for the one-stop strategy, definitely. Equusor is gonna get a nice undercut. He's already coming out of the pit lane. He's gonna be very in front of Motorway. He's gonna have pretty much clean air. The Haas in front of him, Onian, is 2 seconds in front. No need to worry about him. Jay Vesely is into the pit lane as well. Equusor will now try and close up the gap. Omar may try to start pushing a little bit with those old medium tires. Here comes Equusor. And he's gonna try and get close to Onian. Onian is 1.4 in front. He's not gonna catch him into the It's not gonna catch him into the first DRS at least, then it should be an easy move for Equasar. Actually, if he can get the DRS now, it would be great for him. And it seems like he's gonna get it by a little bit. Yeah, he got it by a little bit. That's some mega help for him. Meanwhile, Omar is gonna come into the pit lane. Omar is... no, he's ignoring the pit lane totally. He's gonna stay out for one more lap. Now Equasar right at the back of Onion. I'm not sure if it's gonna cost him a little bit of time. No, he's coming into the pit lane very quickly. He's gonna get benefited by the slipstream. And that's Equasar moving up into P2 of the race. Yeah, Maha coming in the pit lane as well. It's 16 seconds between the top two. The question is when Omar is going to think about coming into the pit lane. He has decided to stay out. I don't know if this is going to work for him or not. Either way, Equasar, in case he cannot win this race, he's still going to manage to finish easily on a P2 if nothing weird happens. Joseph's undercut worked to get him back into the DRS of Maha. Now I'm not sure if he's going to be able to stick to it though. That's going to be a different story. Thinking about a safety car, it would help Omar definitely, but it wouldn't make Equasar lose positions as well. He would still be there. Buva battling against Motorway. Buva moving up ahead into P5 of the race. Motorway that made Ryan fight it back into the long straight. Motorway getting pretty aggressive there against Buva. Yet he's gonna probably try and get the overtake done once again. And Omar's now coming into the pit lane. That was a... not sure if it's gonna be the best call for him or not. He's coming out of the pit lane now. He's gonna be much behind Equasar. We'll see how quickly can he close up the gap to the man in the Racing Bulls. Now he's gonna have a little bit fresher tires. And he's gonna be 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds behind. It's not a big gap. And definitely can close it up now with the better battery, with the better tires. Equasar looking forward for a potential race win today. Omar looking to take another win more for this his championship charge. Meanwhile, Joseph Vasily hoping for a miracle. With this race result, he may be dropping to P. Maybe dropping to. Joseph Vasily may be dropping for P3 in the standings if, well, with the result that we may see today. Omar now trying to chase after Equasar. It's gonna be interesting to see how this will unfold. Joseph Vasily at the back of Maha. With the DRS. Knowing Joseph's great racecraft, I believe he can manage to get a podium out of Maha today. Meanwhile, Omar is starting to close up the gap to Equasar. He probably will be in the DRS very soon. And we can have again the fight between the top two for the race win. Like said before, Equasar with the undercut though put himself up in a very good position to at least finish in P2 this race in case he can't defeat Omar. Now here comes Omar pushing once again. Joseph Vesely at the back of Maha is gonna try and stick to his DRS. There is still a long way to go in this Vegas GP. Now a safety car will benefit, will really not benefit anyone much, but Omar now sets the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Equasar now, taking the first couple of corners of the Vegas circuit. The gap is 1 second in front of Omar. Equasar is giving a good challenge to the man in the Red Bull today. Both with very low battery right now. Both passing very close to the wall as well in that end of sector 1. But Omar now will have the DRS against Equasar. If the better tires manages to stick to the back of his rival. And now we are gonna get into the long DRS straight. And it shouldn't be a hard move for Omar if he's really gonna try and get it done. Equasar probably will not try to defend it. Here comes Omar to the back of Equasar. Actually, I don't know, if it looks like he's not gonna try and get it done. He's gonna try and charge the battery a little bit more. Equasar at the same time is not deploying the battery to defend. I think both know the other's game. Meanwhile, Maha has managed to open the gap against Joseph Vesely. Equasar undercut didn't play really well now, having Omar at the back of him with fresher tires. Still, we'll see how it will unfold now. We've only focused on the battle between these two, basically. Nothing else has really happened on this Vegas GP. It's been a fun race between the top two. Omar getting into the back of Equasar. We're gonna get into the short DRS straight, and Omar is gonna try and get the overtake done. Equasar is gonna want to defend it, but maybe he just prefers to let him go and try and retake the place later. No, that's not what Equasar is thinking about. Joseph Vesely will try and get back into the DRS of Maha. We may have the top 3 in the standings getting a podium today. Buva unable to get the pace of the 2 in front of him. Omar with better battery savings than Equasar now. Joseph Vesely trying to chase after Maha. Onian trying to chase after Buva now. We're gonna get this fight as well for P5 of the race between the Haas and the McLaren. I'm gonna follow now the battle for the lead. Then Omar is gonna try and get the overtake done against Equasar. Here comes Omar, and is gonna try and get the overtake done with the DRS now. Down the inside goes Omar, gets the lead once again ahead of the Racing Bull driver. Now Omar in the lead, followed by Equasar. Will Equasar manage to stick into the back of him? And with a little bit older tires though, the difference shouldn't be that big, I think. If Joseph's managed to stick to Maha, then I believe Equasar probably can try and stick to Omar. Omar had to use a little bit of his battery to get that overtake done. Now we'll see what Equasar can do into the next sector. If he can still manage to stick to the back of him. Really fun race so far. Now Equasar gonna be opening the battery now, once again trying to stick to the back of his championship rival. Omar in the lead of the race, followed by Equasar. It's a duel for the win, it's a duel for the championship between these two. Onian has got past Buva, side by side go the two of them. And that's Onian up into P5 of the race. And they're going side by side. We're gonna try and go side by side. Onian is up into P5 of the race. Now battle between Equasar and Omar here. Equasar is right at the back of him. Omar actually for some reasons got a very poor entry to the corner, I think. Now here comes Equasar. He's gonna be getting the overtake done against him. Easy move basically against Omar. Maybe made a mistake there into the entry of the previous corner. That moves Equasar up into the lead of the race once again. Buva will try and stick to the back of Onion. We see breaking the DRS is not very useful here, or it's not much possible. And here goes Joseph against Maha as well. A lot happening in just one lap between 3 different fights. Meanwhile, Pitbull solidly sticking into that P7 of the race. Omar against Equosar here for the lead of the race. Omar may try and take it back. Joseph Vesely getting the move done against Maha. Maha may have damage, possibly has damage. He's in the pit lane. No, he's retired from the session. Maha's out of the race. It's the first retirement from the race, but it happened in the pit lane. It's been a retirement happening in the pit lane. Sorry for the ringing of the phone, but anyway, we're gonna keep following the fight then. We got for the lead of the race. Omar's gonna want to retake that lead now into the next straight. Meanwhile, Joseph Vesely has a pretty nice P3 finish on the back there. Unless his teammate's gonna chase him down. That would be interesting to see if Joseph's teammate Onion is trying to go on the chase after him. He's only 4 seconds behind though, but yeah, the difference of tires is not big, so I think Joseph can still keep that gap. The gap probably won't be closed up that much. Omar back into the lead of the race. Lap 18 already, this race has gone flying. We've got no safety car even being Vegas. We got now Equosar at the back of Omar. He's gonna be trying to stick to the DRS once again. He's still got a pretty long way to go. Omar, who has not been able to break the gap against his championship rival so far. May he do it in this lap. Now here comes Equosar sticking to the back of him with the DRS. Buva's in the pit lane. He's going for another stop. Doesn't believe the... Actually had nothing to lose. He has Pitbull very far behind in P6 of the race. Buva may still come in front of him. Actually, Pitbull's in the pit lane too. Those hearts didn't last a thing. Unless they pick damage, which would change the story. Well, now this could be crucial. Omar trying to break the DRS gap against Equosar. Equosar pushing hard to not let it happen. And he's not gonna let it happen. He's already got the DRS. Omar tried his best to not allow Equosar into the DRS once again. Though his plan failed and Equosar is quickly closing up the gap. Now both are out of battery. But Omar gets a really nice run. Both will try and open the battery now. Equosar may be out now, and yes, Equosar. Omar's done the fastest lap now. Nice job there from Omar, and I guess this may be game over for Equosar today. Omar's played it perfectly there to open that DRS gap, and Equosar now 1.3 seconds behind the man in the Red Bull. Plan functioning well for the Red Bull driver. Though I'm gonna say Equosar has something in his favor now. Maybe he's not gonna win the race, but he can pit and get the fastest lap. That would still make the loss of points to Omar less coming into the next race. He may try and open the gap to Joseph Vesely. And then try and come into the pit lane to try and get the fastest lap. Well, the gap between rivals here is gigantic. The gap between Equosar and Joseph is 16 seconds. In Equosar position, I think the best would be coming into that pit lane and placing new tires in case anything happens. Or maybe he's gonna wait into the lap 23 to do it. Meanwhile, Onion is trying to chase down Joseph Vasily for that third position of the race. Dino says Equusar should wait for lap 23 to pit. Yeah, I would think that as well. The thing is, if he's gonna have traffic, then he may have to overtake both Haas guys. So I'm not sure if it would be the best call. The best call to do. Maybe he prefers doing it now. He's still not gonna lose it against anyone else, and well, we'll see. We'll see what he decides. I think that could also prevent Omar from doing it as well, from coming into the pit lane and try and get the fastest lap. Because who has it right now? It's Omar who has the fastest lap, though it's not by a big difference. Onion is quickly closing up the gap to his teammate. We're gonna have a battle between teammates here. Onion looking for another podium in his IOR career. Already got two. One in Baku, then other one in Singapore. Interesting. Onion is getting podiums in street circuits. It's some curious data about IOR. Now Equusar is decided to stay out. He's not gonna come into the pit lane, at least yet. Yeah, I think lap 23, like you said, Dino, would be the best moment for him to come into the pit lane. Then that will prevent Omar from doing so as well. Because, yeah, if he pits now and the undercut somehow fails, Omar then can come in later and will be getting that fastest lap point. We're gonna have Onion battling against his teammate. Buva is 16 seconds behind. Onion now right at the back of Joseph Vasily. We're gonna have a battle between the Haas guys for P3 of the race. Equusar though not losing that much time to Omar. It's 2.5 at the moment. I don't think Omar is gonna make a mistake, but you never know. Here comes Joseph Vasily against his teammate, against Onion. And both gonna be battling for that P3 of the race. Onion is showing really strong pace against his teammate. I'm not sure how they're gonna handle this situation. Equusar's probably trying to open the gap against them. Onion now has a little bit of a slide there, and he's gonna have to wait to attack Joseph. May not even get the DRS in this lap, and he doesn't get it. That's gonna make him waste a little bit more of battery. Then lap 23 out of 25, we probably will see, or should see, Equusar coming into the pit lane. That's gonna be the best choice for him to increase his chances in this championship fight. He needs to try and score as much points as possible. The points lost between him and Omar would be only of 4 if he does that, which is the reason I believe he should do it. Still gonna have time to overtake both Onion and Joseph Vasily. Well, now he has the gap he wants, I think. Those 19.6 seconds, maybe 20 seconds soon, should be enough to come in for the fastest lap. Well, if he's gonna do it, it's time to do it now. Onion is still battling against his teammate. This may cost a little bit of time though. Here comes Onion right at the back of Joseph Vasily. And Equusar, is he gonna come into the pit lane? He's not coming into the pit lane. What's this strategy mistake he's doing? Oh, massive disaster for Equusar. He had an easy choice to do there, and decides to throw it away. Well, an absolute disaster of a decision for Equusar there. We got a yellow flag. That's Jordi, I think. Yeah. There goes Onion up into P3 of the race. Here comes Joseph at the back of his teammate. Getting to the final lap of the race then, it's Omar in the lead, followed by Equusar, followed by Onion, Joseph. Big strategy mistake called from Equusar in my opinion. Had easily could have pitted there for the fastest lap, decided to not do so for some reason. And that point might be a little bit costful for the championship then. And Joseph sticking to the back of his teammate, maybe a fun final lap decider between these two. Omar coming here to take another victory. One more for his IOR career, making the championship very interesting. The gap was 16 points between him and Joseph and Equusar, sorry. Now the gap's gonna be only off... wait, what's happening with Omar? Well, sliding a little bit, there goes the Red Bull driver. I don't know what's the reason, but had a little bit of slides there into the corner. But yeah, it's gonna come to win the race, win the Las Vegas GP. Following now Omar into the final couple of corners, and is gonna take another win in his IOR career. Closes the gap to 10 points then in the standings. And there goes Omar, wins the Las Vegas GP. Equusar finishes in second. Onion will come then in. No. He lets... Oh! What is that? Joseph sending a massive dive there down the inside against his own teammate. Well, he's still gonna manage to finish this in P4. Onion comes to take the podium. No teamwork at all between these two. Joseph there in P4. And, well, Buva's gonna come then into P5. I guess a little bit of a lonely race for Buva. I gotta say great race from Onion in personally, but yeah, in teamwork with Joseph, an absolute disaster there, costing his teammates 3 points that could be crucial for the championship. But well, Onion gets another podium in a street circuit. And that's gonna be the gap reduced to 10 points between Equusar and Omar. The gap between Equusar and Joseph, I think, is 15 points, if I'm not wrong. Chaco says finally a bet nail. Well, you got some bets right in Bet Championship quite a while ago, so... Yeah, but maybe in F1 it's the first time you get it right. Well, we get then now the top 3 separated by 15 points in the standings if no changes will be made after the race. And gotta say it was a very clean race today. Only one DNF which happened in the pit lane. Hopefully though the attendance will race up for the last 2 rounds. It's gonna be an epic championship decider between Omar, between Equusar, between Joseph Vesely. It can go either way. We can have a. We'll definitely will have a new. No, we may have a new champion if it's Omar or Equasar. We can have an old champion already if it's Joseph Vesely winning his second. Though it's looking very complicated for Joseph at the moment, being 15 behind Equasar, being also at the moment the driver that's showing the less pace of the three of them. But yeah, it's racing, you never know what can happen, and yeah, it may be still a championship win for Joseph Vesely. I'm gonna go now then with the national anthem, and then we will move with the post-race interviews. Well, and that's it for the national anthems. Once again, the national anthem of Morocco and the Austrian anthem for Red Bull, the team, of course, Omar is driving for. Now we're gonna go with the post-race interviews.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Well, so we got Omar then in the chat for the post-race interviews. We're gonna start, I guess, only with our race winner because I got no reply from Equisar nor for Onian. So, well, congratulations once again on the win today.
Thank you, mate.
Gotta say, today was a little bit more difficult than the in the last rounds. You had a pretty fun fight there with Equisar. Though I guess those bit fresher tires gave you that advantage to push at the end and break the DRS finally. So, how would you resume your race? Because basically it was um, a long fight between you and Equisar. I don't know why you started at the back, but didn't really matter after getting those moves quickly done and had that intense fight with your championship rival. So, what would you say about your race in general?
Well, you think it was easy? I almost crashed in the first corner. I think someone behind braked it a little bit late or something like that. So it might have ruined the race for me. But yeah, like you said, lap one, I think I was P5, P6, something like that. That helped as well. First corners, it was easy to like some cars lost it in turn three, I think, kick as well. So yeah, it was easy to like catch up to the leaders and yeah, just fight from there. It was a fight fun. I almost made a couple mistakes that almost went to the wall, but yeah, it's a fun one. Starting from the back in a track like this, like it's easy to overtake. It's not like other tracks where you're gonna get stuck in the RS trains or somewhere like that. But yeah, it was fun, and let's hope for the same the next one.
Yeah, I mean, you, like you said, well, I didn't say it was an easy win. Like it was easy, it was harder than last rounds. No, I think you're talking about the start, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the win was definitely much harder than the last couple of weeks. Though the what happened at the start, yeah, it could have gone very bad for you. I'll have to watch it again, but I did see you something happening between you and Buba, I believe. I think he said something about it as well in the Discord.
I just read the commentary. Yeah. So yeah, I think thankfully it didn't ruin it for me. And yeah, like you said, it wasn't easy compared to the last couple races, but it was a fun one. It was a fun one. Fighting with the Quasar, who had really good pace in this track. Maybe the pit stop was a bit early. Maybe that made the difference somehow. But yeah, it was a fun one, and let's see what's next. Mexico. Let's
Mexico,
hope
yeah.
Mexico is the same. A track with a lot of overtaking, and let's see if maybe Joseph can. Joseph seemed good in quali, and but in the race, I don't know what happened to him. And let's see. Still two races to go.
Well, gotta say that yeah, Mexico is the next round, and the gap between the top three is now well, if the results, which I guess will stay the same, is gonna be 15 points. So Equus are leading 10 in front of you, then five in front, Joseph five behind you, 15 behind Equusar. So well, at this point, like you said, well, Joseph seemed kind of strong in quali, though in terms of pace, he's looking like the weaker of the three of you. Though in racing you never know, and a lot can happen. Nothing is set till the line is crossed, and we still got two races to go. Let's not forget at some point Joseph was leading this championship by more than 20 points at the beginning of the season. So yeah, you never know what way it can it go. Having in mind we got then Mexico and Brazil coming. How are you looking forward into the championship fight? 10 points you have to close up on Equasar. Basically, winning the two races would make it for you because you would be tied in points, though you would win the championship for uh, having more wins. Would be easier if you get one more fastest lap as well. But yeah, you never know. It can happen a lot, and I really hope we had a have a three-way championship decider coming into Brazil. I think it would be the best for the league for the show. Obviously, you all of you will want to win it next week. I think actually Equisar is the only one that can take the championship next race. if he wins and basically you and Joseph DNF or something. But how it's looking, I believe it's gonna go into Brazil. What can you say about it?
Well, hopefully it goes to Brazil. Hopefully it goes for Brazil because it's better for us drivers or anyone like watching and for you as well commentating. So yeah, we hope it goes to Brazil and yeah, it's been fun. A couple races trying to aim for something. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. It's not done yet. Mexico is known for a lot of hectic races, and but we never know what can happen there. Like you said, a DNF can change anything here or there. Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for the time, and yeah, see you guys next week.
Well
GG
then,
Obo.
Thank you, Kweza.
well, thanks for your time over then. Congratulations on another victory in the league. And well, if you want to stay for the end of the interviews, feel free. If you have to go, then of course I won't stop you. But
Yeah, I think I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I need to go eat a little bit.
all right then, I'll go then with Equasar. If the interview isn't done, then you can join us back for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Congrats, Kweza. Congrats on Young as well on the podium, and yeah, see you guys later.
Thank you, Matt.
Well, gonna move now then with Equasar. Gotta say congratulations on a great race today. Definitely, probably gonna be much more happy with today's result than some last of the races. You were much closer to the fight for the lead today. What can you say about the strategy? Because I believe coming early was probably the right choice at the moment because you really didn't want to risk Omar doing the opposite and undercutting you. But in the end, I think it gave him the advantage with the fresher tires, and maybe that's what decided the race win. What can you say about it?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, great race again, Omar. He's so fast. Started at the back, and I think he said he started no line. So hats off to him if he did no line as well. Um, yeah, so with the race, yeah, I thought I would pit early because it looked like he was kind of struggling in the second sector, and I thought I could take like good advantage of that by undercutting, but the undercut is not as powerful here, I guess. Or he just has really good pace. Like, but um, yeah, I tried the undercut. It worked for a little bit, but yeah, his tires came back, and I think just overall anyway, even if we was on the same tires, and he was just overall faster.
I mean, like you say, he's proven to be a very quick driver, and then, well, defeating him is definitely not an easy task. Though, in the standings, you still are leading by 10 points after today's race. Now, a question I wanted to make you, I did ask in the Discord a little bit of like joking with the clown emoji and all that, but actually, a question I want to make to you is why you didn't pit in lap 23 for the fastest lap. I know the Haas were close, but I think with the fresher tires in this game, there's really nothing they can do to defend against you. Maybe you could have pitted even a bit earlier to try and take that point, having in mind that the gap would have been 12 points and would have made it a little bit more difficult for him to close up into the coming two rounds. So, what was the reasoning behind that decision there?
Yeah, definitely. Looking back, I probably should have, but like every time I kept looking at the pit stop, it was saying that I would pit behind him, and I was really nervous of that, especially with like the last few races that I've had. Is anytime I get behind like a train or anything, I seem to just bottle it. So I wanted to keep it safe, even though I know that with like the championship in mind, it would have been better to just try it anyway. But I was too scared of the risk. Honestly, I just wanted to bring it home. And uh, yeah, like I said, with the championship, sometimes it's good to take risks. And yeah, with the last times that I've tried to be risky, it's backfired on me big time. So I'm just gonna try and keep it as smooth as I can, and like with the pace that I've got. And yeah, we'll see with the last two races where it leads. But maybe I might need to be more risky. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, a lot can happen in two races. The gap, like said before, is just 10 points, but yeah, I guess you will probably have your plans. You'll practice for Mexico and Brazil, and yeah, it's racing after all. And if you are leading the standings after next round, then it's all to play for in Brazil. You could even win it next week if, like, Omar and Joseph DNF or something, which is not impossible. Once again, it's racing and a lot can happen. So, yeah, maybe you'll bring it home next week, or maybe you'll have to wait till Brazil and you'll still be crowned champion. I never know what can happen, but how exactly are you looking forward into the next two races? What do you expect to do during the race, and well, how are you gonna manage this championship fight?
Well, it's going to have to just come down to strategy, I guess, because there's no stopping this Omar with the streak that he's on. Like the first half of the season, it was like he was there, but making a lot of mistakes. And I think he DNF'd in Singapore, which really didn't help. Or he got like really low points. Um, and then all of a sudden, he's been on a crazy streak. Like hats off. So I know pace wise, it's not going to be down to that. It's going to have to be down to something else. Like you said, with the fastest point, that's going to be in the back of my mind now. Um, yeah, I'm going to be practicing a lot for Omar. We'll see.
I mean,
Best of luck.
oh, were you gonna say something else?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry
no.
if I interrupt you.
No, sorry. I just was going to say best of luck to him, and obviously Joseph, of course.
Something to say about the fastest lap though is that if he wins the next two rounds, but you are the one that picks the fastest lap in both rounds, then you still win the championship because the gap would come down to 2 points. So you would still be under if you can open the gap to P3 like you did today, and he is the one that wins. You can pit and take it, and that also will make it work. So yeah, the fastest lap can still play an important role in the championship decider into the next two rounds. If he wins the next two, you finish second. He wins the championship due to more wins. If he wins the
Yep.
two races, but you get second place in both fastest lap, then you're gonna win the championship by 2 points. And if I'm not wrong, if both get one fastest lap each, then let me
And he will
calculate.
take it still, right?
I think because more
Because of
wins.
most wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, it's gonna be it's tight. But I'm glad for IOR that is like this. Um, I always want to see like the fast drivers, and in terms of next season, I'm not sure if I'm going to be racing. Um, I'll be more interested if the older guys come back, then I'll definitely be signing up. But we'll see for next season. But we're going
Yeah,
to try and finish strong this season, of course.
yeah, I definitely do hope the fast guys come back, like Baraka, Cucumber, Talis. Maybe those two are a little bit difficult, but who knows? Maybe Baraka can be back
Yeah,
for next season. We'll see.
Checo's. It'd be nice to see. 100%.
But yeah, if that gives you motivation, then of course I'll be definitely happy to have you again in the league. I mean, you're still looking for that first championship. You can definitely take it with those two races to go, and I think the grid has been pretty competitive. Anyway, I know you've been much faster than most of the drivers here, but still they haven't been that much as far in previous races, though your pace has definitely shown to be the better compared to most drivers on the grid, probably apart Omar, who's crazy, crazy quick. But yeah, having the old guys back will make it really fun in case it happens, so definitely try to get them back. Not sure they will be back, but I definitely hope they will be.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Like I'm really hoping that they do, because that's what will definitely encourage me to come back. Like I miss racing with them. And obviously they're on the pace with Omar. Like Omar can compete with them, and hopefully, if I practice enough, I can maybe try and stay in the train. And I don't know, but I really do enjoy racing with them, and hopefully they do come back.
Yeah, like you said, you're getting really quick. Your pace is already very strong, much stronger than when you raced in past seasons against Cucumber, for example. Probably you could stay to his DRS now, like you do with Omar. So yeah, with the practice, definitely the pace will come. Maybe also with finding some more things in the setup could also help and stuff. So yeah, the potential is there. We'll definitely will want to see that happening.
Indeed, 100%, mate. I agree.
Right then, that's gonna be the end of today's post-race interview. So thanks, Sakosor, for your time. Congratulations on your
Thank you,
podium
mate.
today.
Cheers. No,
And
yeah, thanks for always, and yeah, I just want to say thanks for um, like hosting and doing the whole league and everything and getting me back because I know you was getting like trying to get me back for a while, and I do appreciate it, mate, and everyone else that helps with the league and with the streams as well. Thanks a lot, mate.
I appreciate it a lot, bro. I'm very happy to have you back in the league. And yeah, I was trying to get you back for a while, and I'm really happy that you finally came back for this season. And well, you're giving us a very good show there at the front. So really appreciate as well your participation, and we do our best as a team to make this league work. We definitely, well, we have to improve the attendance. I know today was a little bit weak, but we'll look forward to next week, hopefully racing the top once again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to season 13 as well.
Cool. Thank you, David. I'll catch you on the next one, mate.
Right, mate. Goodbye. See you.
Bye bye.
Well, and that's it for today. We'll be back next week then for the Mexican GP. It's gonna be possibly a very close race due to how the track design is. Not gonna be that easy to open the DRS gap, I believe. The strategy may be an interesting one. I remember the degradation was always very high around that track. So yeah, we'll see, we'll see. A lot can happen still. So well, thanks to all once again, and goodbye.